Good evening. How y'all doing? I'm laying in bed with my rip sheets. Once a year, Daisy likes to eat things. So she ripped my sheet, the first 312s I left her in the camper by herself. Last time, she ate a throw rug and pooped it for 2 weeks. So I guess I should be grateful. It's just a sheet and it's no poop. So yeah, this is an update in my bed, in my camper. I have a shelf above my bed, and I can put two little clothespins on the shelf that hangs down. Two clothespins, and then I prop the cell phone in on top of the clothespins and like on the ledge of the shelf, so it sits right in front of my face, so I can watch movies like this. God forbid I use the strength of an arm and hold my cell phone. So I can lay in bed like this and watch a movie. And I do. I'm doing this video in bed because I have a migraine. I've had a headache for, about a week. And, but it's really bad today. And who knows what it's from. It could be diet because I'm not eating the best. It could be from, I slept too much. I work 312s, and I usually take a nap in the morning. But yesterday I took a 2.5 hour nap, and then today I didn't get up till 11 because I can. So I don't know. I've taken medicine for allergies. I've taken Excedrin. I've tried it all. So, anyway, I'm just waiting for it to relieve itself. So I thought, if I'm laying in bed, why not make a video? It's not the best angle, but who cares? So, what's new in my life? Not that you asked, but I'll tell you. I'm, of course, living in my camper. And it wouldn't be too hard to produce tears of gratitude talking about it. I've been homeless for 2 years, essentially. Besides the 6 months I stayed in my own little camper I made myself, it's been 2 years of transit. Getting stolen from probably about 3 times. And yes, definitely 3 times. And just unsafe environment, and you name it. You guys know. And so here I am at a campground in my little home. I have a home, and it's such a good feeling. I got my refrigerator, and if something happens, I have solar, and my food won't rot. And I've been in gale force winds already because I'm close to the plane in this thing, and it 40, 50 miles an hour wind gusts on the side of it. And it'll shimmy a little bit. But it's amazing. This camper is just a tank. It can withstand so much. So anyway, my little washer and my own little shower, and just kind of putting stuff where I want it and making it home is amazing. And I finished my first week on the floor at the hospital, and it was amazing. At one point, somebody walked up and said, you look tired. You should take a nap. And I was like, okay. And I went and took a nap. Like, I've never had that happen in the hospital. But you always get a lunch break, and like, their low staff is like more staff than I'm used to. And so people are happy. Like, that never happens. People happy in a hospital? Like, not talking about I'm quitting tomorrow. I just can't. I'm just going to quit. I just can't do this anymore. Like, that is something I'm used to in my culture in the medical field. Like, weekly from somebody. Tears, you know, nurses crying in a closet somewhere from just, they just can't take it anymore. Like, that's what I'm used to. And so it's amazing. And if I have the opportunity to extend out, I will for more time. It's just the best hospital I have ever been to in my whole career. It's that good. And I've already found a church to hook into and a gym. And if you don't show up for a sign up class, you can get financially dinged, which that's like, I can already imagine hearing everyone watching this video going, I would not join a gym that does that. But wait, if they do that to you, it's interesting because you show up. You're like, I paid this much, I'm gonna sign up. And then you have to show up because, like, you don't want to get financially dinged. So it sounds awful, but it's not. It's actually good. So I'm not losing any weight at all. I wish I were. I've been fluctuating on the higher end of things, actually, but I am going to the gym, and if I'm not on the gym, like today, I canceled going to the gym in time so I wouldn't get penalized, and then we went for a hike because my head hurt so bad. I didn't feel like lifting weights or jogging or anything like that, so we just went for a walk. We went to the Cosmos area, me and Daisy did. It's where somebody built a cabin on a hill, and then somebody found it later on, and they built a little area around it, and it's so crooked that you feel like gravity doesn't work because it looks like water's going uphill. Like, it's just a weird, because it's in a weird place on the side of the hill. And so you pay to go there, and so we did that. And I have a couple pictures of Daisy sitting on stairs and stuff, and she looks like she's sitting crooked, but she's not. Like, it's just, she's sitting on a hill. It's kind of funny, but what else? Getting, just nesting in to my camper, happy where I landed, excited about possibly picking up extra shifts. Those words have never escaped those lips. But I mean, make hay while it's day. Like, this place is the best hospital ever. So if I can pick up some extra shifts, I need to, because I've decided a couple times to further my education, and just haven't done it. Like, I would start, and then something happened, like they had deaths in the family and stuff like that happen, and just bad timing. Just wasn't the right timing. And I'm thinking this is a good timing to do it. So I want to knock out that bachelor's. So I've picked a college, and tonight I was supposed to, get the transcripts sent over and all that stuff. I haven't done any. So I'm like, ugh, because I just don't. I do not feel good. But anyway, so that's going on. And then last week, is it last week? Or is it this week? Doesn't matter. A couple days ago, my company said, would you mind interviewing with us, the team, like the promotional team at my staff DNA at my company? I said, no problem. I like you guys. They liked some of my questions and how I interview. They're like, would you be interested in a reporter interviewing you? I was like, well, yeah, it was Nurses Week, and they wanted to know my opinion on pre and post pandemic nursing. And I was just like, well, the pandemic's just part of the problem. We still had an issue way before pandemic, and now it's on us, and that's the baby boomers retiring and leaving this massive gap of people that we need, because it was a huge generation, and there hasn't been a generation that big since. And the one before that was the Great Depression. So, like, this is a massive gap of people that retired and then automatically started becoming sick. So they became patients. So they thought that was interesting. So they said, "Would you mind interviewing?" And I said, "Oh, by the way, where is this reporter? Is it a newspaper or news? What is it?" She's like, "Oh yeah, it's a TV station." I was like, "Oh okay, where out of?" She's like, "KMOV Channel 4, St. Louis." I'm like, "Interesting. That's the news station that I watched growing up. That's where I'm from." So I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Channel 4." So they interviewed me, and I was all nervous, and they Skyped. It wasn't live, so they just chopped up my interview. Like, there was very little that I actually said, and they just kind of would put my words on the end of, like, they'd show rioting nurses or whatever, picketing nurses, and then they'd be like, "Something's got to be done," and that was from me. And then they'd go back to the rioting, and then they'd go back and it would say something like, so it wasn't the best. I did well, but they chopped it up. But it was okay. I thought that was interesting. So it was on a national television, you know, whatever, news station, whatever. So that was cool. And I think that's about it, really. Just doing well here, getting settled in. I've already extended out for the campsite just in case I extend out for the job. I have housing. So I've already crossed that bridge. And the housing it's not cheap here, but it's not awful either. Arizona was like 2 to 4 thousand, whereas here I'm paying a little over, basically 1,700. I'm like, I'll pay it. I will pay it. So here's the bottom line of what's going on here. I have a headache. I'm doing well. I'm thanking Jesus for letting me land in pleasant places. Um, He is ultimately in charge of our lives. He allows and makes everything occur. And we ask, "Oh, why, God? Why did you let so and so get cancer? Why do I have chronic headaches? Why did you let me go to all these bad hospitals? Why did you let me go to this good one?" It's a discipline not to sit and blame God. How can you say God's out for our best when He lets horrible things happen to us? I think sometimes, as human beings, we have a major skewed viewpoint of what good, God is good, what that may mean. Because I know when I was being bad as a kid and my mom and dad would spank me, I thought they were being jerks, but they were being good. They needed to spank me so that I didn't grow up to be an absolute jerk. So I think sometimes that term, we see God as this, either we can't stand Him or we love Him to death. And other people that see us loving Jesus is like, why would you love somebody that allows things so awful to happen? But the picture is so much bigger than ourselves. I've had, even my mom and dad and other people in the past and present going, "Gosh, you've just, one horrible thing after another has happened to you." But, God is good. Even if bad stuff happens to me, it doesn't change who He is. His purpose is higher than ours. It's so much higher than our purpose in our understanding. I can think of a million things that have happened to me that led me into something else, that let me bump into someone that needed something, that, allowed me to meet somebody. If I wouldn't have flunked out of nursing school, I wouldn't have met these particular people I went through school again with. There's so many things that correlate, and I don't think that's just trying to turn a frown upside down. It's not just a discipline to just believe in every circumstance that God is good and He's working for the good. But the picture is so much bigger than us. We're just this small thread in a huge tapestry. And so Right now, things are pleasant. God is good. But even 3 months ago, things were not so pleasant. But God still remained good. So, anyway, food for thought. Um, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you don't have a headache like I do. God bless you and whatever you're doing. And I love hearing from you guys. All my loved ones texting me or saying that they're watching these silly videos of mine. It blesses my heart. So that's it. I'll talk to you guys later.